What are we going to do about the cornerback room? We going to talk about it today at Boss Cowboy Sports as we get ready to get into the playoffs versus San Francisco. Let's get it. Well, obviously dealing with the cornerback room, you can't talk about the cornerback room without first starting with their head guy, Al Harris. You got to start with Al Harris because Al Harris honestly has done a great job. And I was on his head earlier. I already ate my crow publicly about this, so don't shoot me. But I was on his head because he seemed to have a tendency, especially last year, to target being the corners, but they wasn't seeming to work out. So I was thinking, man, is your ego in the way, or are you going to go with the better guys despite size? And this year, he's really showed his cornerback coaching skills. He's just been making it happen, especially when you listen to guys like Trevon Diggs discuss his impact to his game. So one of the things that I noticed, and I did film breakdowns on this, is he's very cerebral. He's caused also Diggs to be a cerebral corner. Somebody that can actually read what's called a three-step, where basically they're reading a quarterback to get an indication of what routes are coming and stuff like that. That's Diggs. And Diggs, at least 3 of his interceptions have come from reading the three-step, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. But, yeah, as we tackle the state of the cornerback room, I misspelled room right there. Don't worry about that. It'll be corrected on the real thumbnail. Just kind of moving too fast. But, you know, obviously Diggs has been a very steady and solid corner in every way imaginable, but especially when it comes down to the most important thing, which is what? Getting the football. Because a lot of people get caught up in the rumors of how much yards he give up. And I'm going to tell you right now, first and foremost, that is some BS. That is some show enough BS. Diggs does not even close to give up 1,000 yards. That is very crazy. But see, let's look at it real quick as we kind of dig into this. This is one of the guys with PFF that came up with that. So if you in the business of trying to get clicks and views to advertisers, look at his normal Twitter rate on his normal tweets. He usually getting 5 reshares, around 8 reshares. When he said Cowboys Treyvon Diggs has given up over 1,000 yards into his coverage this season, most in the NFL, he got 9,672 retweets, meaning they shared it to all their followers, and 38,000 love buttons, and that was about a week ago. It's way higher than that now. So that just shows you why the media plays unethically with the Cowboys, because when you bring us up in controversy, you get those type of results. You get major exposure and major brand awareness just by talking about us, whether it's true or not. So they have a major tendency to inflate. So going into the playoffs, I'm going to tell y'all right now, nobody got anything to worry about Diggs. Diggs is actually what you want in the corner, even in his imperfections. Because, yes, he is not a perfect corner, but that's good. Because if he was perfect like Prime, who was perfect in every way, people stopped throwing at Prime. What is the asset of a person like Diggs? His ability to get the ball. That's what makes him a super asset, where he's getting the ball back to the number one offense. That is the value of Diggs, not no stupid yards. And one thing also about that yard lie and that yard theory, obviously I looked into it. Did you know that PFF is counting yak in their projection of yards? Do you know they count zone the same way that they count man, and if you're giving up yards or not? That don't even make sense. Like, why would somebody count yards after catch as yards in coverage? See, you got to be able to look through the BS, and here at Boss Cowboy Sports, we definitely go do that. So I'm just telling y'all right now, the state of the cornerback room is fine. Matter of fact, Diggs is more than ready to go. Matter of fact, Diggs is easily one of the best corners all day long, like without no doubt. So I'm very on this. I'm on top of this. Believe me, this ain't nothing new to me, because I already did a video on this where I talked about Trevon Diggs imperfections makes him the perfect corner. And that's why you see that picture of Tom and Jerry, where he got that gun like he's getting ready to shoot Jerry, but that gun is actually pointed back at him. That's exactly how to look at Diggs, with the trap of thinking you can throw on him because of those yards. I really want people to continue to think that is best for us. I want these old highly inflated, exaggerated grades by PFF and people like that to stay out there, because it's going to make more people stupid enough to test him. And a lot of people have no idea. Like, this is stuff that people don't know. I'm showing you what people just don't know. Another thing that people don't know is Diggs is a super athlete. Most people don't know that he's been clocked as the fastest athlete in pads according to the GPS when they measure game speed, even over Tyreek Hill. I did a video on that. So it's a lot of reasons why people should stay with Boss Cowboy Sports, because we break it down. But I'm just telling y'all, when it comes down to the cornerback, we're definitely ready, because then that brings us to Anthony Brown. Because with Anthony Brown, he's the other starting corner who, thank God, is having his best year. Because if anybody know Boss Cowboy Sports, I was the leader of the campaign to get rid of him. I wanted him out, and it made sense because we went heavy with young guys to be his replacement. When you get a corner in the second round, you're looking for him to start. If you get a corner even in the third round, like Wright, you looking at for him to start. The fact that we got Boss Man and the fact that we got Wright was almost like, yeah, why are we still playing with this guy when he got 6 years of bad play? And I mean that. It was 6 years of bad play. I've done multiple videos on the massive amount of separations, and people he was losing to was mostly 3rd and 14 receivers at a point. And that was consistent his whole 6 years. But this year, I guess when the competition hit the building, he knew what that meant, and he stepped up. Let's just be honest. He stepped up, and he played in a way that prevented the young guys from getting on the field. It took their developmental reps, because when we saw them play against Philly, you could see they some dogs. Them corners are real. Boss Man and Deshaun Wright are the future. There's no doubt. But Anthony Brown stepped up to the competition and just prevented them from getting on the field. And shout out to him, man. I mean, you had to step up under pressure, and he did. And you can say right now that he's playing with a lot of confidence that I feel very good about. I mean, I do feel good about it. And he's made big plays, which should make him feel like he belongs. You also have then Jordan Lewis, who's also very sticky. I think his confidence has resurged because he went through a lot of politics. I felt like he should have been a starting corner over Anthony Brown for a long time. But it wasn't the case, because it just seemed for a while that Anthony Brown was just favored. And it looked like, just in my opinion, that the confidence of Jordan Lewis took a shot. But that obviously changed this year the more and more he got playing time. And he's also kind of like a Diggs 2.0, to where he's also very sticky if the ball is around him. Like, he'll get that ball even if it's 2 inches off the ground. Remember versus Tampa, going into the half in the red zone, where he caught that ball 2 inches from the ground, returned it at about 60 yards. And that was after that ball was tipped by 2 people. The hand-eye coordination by Jordan Lewis is nothing to be slept on. No, he is not Diggs, but he is a Diggs type when that ball is around him. It's just how many times can his hands actually touch the ball. Diggs get a lot of opportunities to touch the ball versus Lewis have not, but they are the same type in terms of very skilled at being able to attack the football. And that's the best trait you want in a cornerback, because a lot of people have this debate. They go back and they ask this question: would you want to have a sticky corner like Byron Jones, or would you want to have ball guys like Diggs and Lewis? I'm gonna tell you right now, in this game, forget the sticky bandits. Give me the ball guys, because in this game you win on points, not yards. I don't care how sticky you are. I want those guys that can get the ball back to the #1 offense in the NFL. That's what make those guys exceptional weapons, not their stickiness. So yes, Byron Jones was sticky, but give me the guys I'd rather have all day. All day, I would rather have somebody, even if it was true, give up 1,000 yards to give me 10 to 11 interceptions. I would take that 1,000 times over Byron Jones every freaking day. Because at the end of the day, we win this game based on points, and a cornerback like Diggs, a cornerback like Lewis, they give you the opportunity to get the points. That's the key to those guys, because they get you the ball. So as we sum up, the state of the cornerback room is very, very good as we go into the playoffs. Are they absolutely the stickiest guys? No, they're not. They're not your most stickiest guys, but they are playmakers, and they're going to get a lot of help from that fresh pass rush. So we also got a lot of content that we've went through, and we going through pretty much all the groups. We went through tight end. That's in the description. We also went through the offensive line. That's in the description. We went through quarterback. That's in the description. We also went through running back. We going through cornerback. We skipped receiver because I'm waiting on a couple of film things to come out so I can do a film breakdown on Cooper on this final game. But yeah, we on defense now, but we got a lot of content that we doing this week as we prepare for the playoffs and our first game against the San Francisco 49ers. So if you like this type of content where we're breaking down the positions and giving you the truth on these guys, no lies, no fabrications, nothing that's clickbait stuff, just the facts, then y'all make sure y'all continue to follow Boss Cowboy Sports, man, and hit that like button. That's the most important thing to do if you don't donate anything or do any kind of super chat. Hit that like button. That's the most important thing to get the word out on this type of content. That's how the algorithm recommends us to other Dallas Cowboy fans, because they know who we are, but it's up to y'all to get us recommended. But this is Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. Y'all definitely stay up. Peace.